that always fulfills his role, right? Of finding a target, getting into backlines, hunting people.
It's basically comes down to if the side lanes are in decent shape, then Storm is going to have a good game. So the only thing he needs is some people to play with when he gets his level 6, and he can start activating on the side lanes.
Something that both JT and Jinkyu can do.
Little pause here as we see, of course, Team Liquid with a different move here, level 1 than Gaozu. They smoked out immediately and are spreading, fanning out wide on the map to get their wards down. And with boots on Saberlight, we already see him sneaking around. We know at the bottom of the screen, you see him down there. Mr. Primal Beast is wrapping around to cut the creep wave, I believe.
So are they cutting or are they blocking?
I would say he's probably just killing the creep wave immediately. That's what I've seen a lot. Oh, he walked into Watcher though. So even though the scan or the smoke was there, it ran out, and now they know what he wants to do.
Get scouted.
And Medusa is camping the area. I'm not letting him get through that easily.
Yeah, you got to walk through me. And I guess the burning question as well, Magnus, reverse polarity, not the reverse RP.
Yeah, no RRP. I mean, it's we've seen Ari with this, you know, maybe we should call him RRE or something at this point. He keeps playing that RRP on support all the time. But on core, I think having regular RP is too valuable. So
it feels that way, like core versus support is very much reverse versus reverse. Oh. And there's Saberlight clearing the wave with a blood grenade.
Yeah, he blood grenaded on top of it, because otherwise you barely don't kill the melee creeps. You need one auto attack on each. But by throwing the blood grenade, it kills the entire creep wave without any auto attacking. And he gets his level 2 immediately. And now he's doing what I've seen a few people do. I've had this happen to me. You go mid immediately.
No.
I've had this gank happen to me. It's disgusting, dude.
This is nasty.
It is.
What? Out of nowhere, Saberlight comes in with Boxy. So they get level 2 on the Primal Beast, kill the wave, get first blood, and Team Liquid off to a cracking start already.
Yeah, this is the new meta way of playing Primal Beast offlane. People cut the wave, but then realize they have the power spike on level 2. So you have Onslaught to charge in on mid lane. The cooldown is off again on Trample, and you just go for a kill. And mid laners don't have a solution to it. Like, all you can do is back up and not be on the mid lane for the first creep wave. But that's not really a winning play, is it?
Arme's kind of smiling like, yeah, I'm 4-0. I got all my last hits down here. Everything's fine. And they do kind of hold the wave in front of their tier 1, even with that Radiant wave being cut so early on.
Yeah. Can we just highlight one thing, though? That even though this gank happened, Storm missed 1 CS on the first 2 creep waves. What? That's absurd. How the hell did you get all creeps but 1 when this happened?
16k MMR, man.
Guy is good. Just a solid player, man. He knows to focus on what he can. Since you can't sit back, he focused on getting all the creeps at least.
It's like, if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die with going down with something.
Yeah. Die rich.
Already 10-0. Bottle coming. Has some regen to play with in that mid lane as well. While Nisha sits 10-0 himself. Fuzzy Tiny having a happier time in that regen trade battle with that first blood happening. Nisha able to give a good bit of hitting in onto that Storm. Insania, though, dies up top to Jinkyu and JT.
That's the kill potential of the lane. Like, he's so strong on level 2, and Mickey, while he does get a Jenga trigger, still takes a decent amount of harassment as well after that death. 1-for-1 on the water rooms, so both of them getting their refills, but Nisha already taking a lot of damage from these remnants. Shows to be pretty annoying for a tiny lane against
Saberlight and Boxy playing onto DY bottom with the Onslaught and the Trample to kill the Ogre off. They can't break past the Ogre and the Medusa. 2 very tanky heroes in lane. You've got to pick one.
Yeah, they just take the easier kill. Hard to dive the Medusa under a tower, and Primal instead gets the easy kill. He's going to pull the creep wave now. Doesn't really want to lane against Medusa in her last hitting, so he's going to pull the creep wave, take the bounty rune. And we also see both the Lotuses going the way of Team Liquid.
Slightly better control of the lanes.
Yeah, they're winning out a bit here in the early game. I think the dive bottom as well. Could it work out?
Kill Arme. They've burnt all this mana down. Pops the wand and maybe a mango there. Gets them back. Arme's still alive, but Boxy into the Shadow Realm. Gonna run away as the ogre reappears.
That was a lot of mangles forced out though. 3 mangles and the magic stick charges gone. So at least they did some insane prep work. And with the salve on the primal beast now, the second dive could be the dangerous one. He just get some resources and then dive in. Medusa could be in danger.
Hundreds of gold worth of value off just a couple of spells. Massive. On top lane, I've been wondering how Mickey's doing, and it looks like he's got a kill on to Xingqiu. A bit of retribution after losing Insania earlier on, and even getting the Jingu stacks up off of this Magnus as well.
Yeah, that was a turnaround, by the way. They pulled Mickey in with the skewer, but Mickey stood his ground, gets healed up, protected by the W of Insania, blocking the damage from the remote, or the sticky, sorry.
Boxy backing up Nisha again, but Xingqiu's here. Throws the sticky bomb at him. Keep the Tiny away from the storm. But yeah, Monkey King 18 and 10 so far against this Magnus lane, and JT now left alone, going to have some struggles in a 1v2, waiting for Xingqiu to return.
Yeah, this lane doesn't really get much easier as well. He went for that Null Talisman early on Magnus, so he has mana, but that means he has to play the lane without boots. Going up against Monkey, yeah, it's always difficult. You can get run down, and those Tinker stacks, man, they hurt.
Yeah, he just builds them up straight away off the back of a boundless strike.
Also, Insania, he knows his power in this lane. He can remove the reactive taser of the techies, so even he is a possible target for them.
I love how Mickey just threatens there, jumps on top of the trees, and you see JT reacting like, run away! Don't get leapt upon. Because especially around nighttime, you're not sure if somebody's TPing top. Is there a Tiny appearing? Does this boxy Dark Willow come through the gate, you know? You were talking about twin gate rotations. Both teams could move into any one of these side lanes with a bit of action.
Yeah, Ogre gonna be the target bottom. A dive comes in. It's pretty tanky though.
Saberlight offers a lot of damage with Boxy, but not enough to bring down DY. Of course, Arme very happy with the state of affairs down here. Throws back some damage onto Saberlight. While top, skewer back again, JT. Maneuvers Mickey under tower, but this Monkey King turns and fights with the Jingu stacks and life stealing up. Heal from Insania seems good enough. They've killed Xingqiu, and JT is also worse for wear up here as well at the same time.
Wild fight for the bottom rune. Everybody going. Haste on
the haste. Nisha gets the haste. He'll chase right onto this Ogre Magi, kill off DY, and Paparazzi gonna have to use the remainder of his mana to turn around and kill Boxy before zipping away, it looks like. Nisha wants a little bit more, but Xingqiu has arrived. A reactive taser and a sticky bomb gonna be too annoying for Nisha to deal with.
Insania is here camping. Yeah. He's looking for the kill. If he can get some nukes onto him. Not quite enough though.
I think they saw the raindrops and it's like, probably not gonna happen.
So unfortunate play top, the skewer back on the Monkey King, again backfiring for them. They went just before the Storm hit level 6. If Storm had 6, maybe you would say, you know, screw the 6-minute rune and go top and get the kill instead. But at the end of the day, those skewer backs are kind of hurting them on top lane. Everybody going for this power in the Wisdom rune. They know Monkey King wants to invade, so we see big rotations.
Look at the liquid colors on the map. This is ridiculous. They're going to skew it Mickey back into the storm of the techies, but Mickey's got so much backup here. They're going to blow up 2, look for the 3rd. Paparazzi zips away. Wisdom rune though for Boxy, and Saberlight gets the 2nd. Big wins here for Liquid.
That's the first real big win of this game. Getting a nice advantage, getting both the Wisdom runes, getting some kills, and also pressuring tower. Diving under. Should be completely fine, but this does force him to play defensively. Gets back to base. And Mickey even using a salve to keep the catapult alive as long as possible. They want to do tower damage.
Yeah, I mean, what's a level 4 Magnus going to do to you? He's going to run away on JT.
I mean, he's being bullied by a level 5.5 Oracle right now. These supports are looking oppressive. You know they're strong and they're playing around it.
Well, that is some serious tower damage through the catapult wave. Top rune, it looks like Boxy and Nisha both on top of DY. Amplified damage for the Tiny as well. Going to clear out the Ogre Magi again. Final swipe of the tree there is Nisha. He's in Christmas mode. Looks at Paparazzi's Storm with a toss-up and a bit more damage. Force the Storm at least to ball away a bit.
That's some tremendous runes for a Tiny to get early. Haste rune first, and then the AD rune, DD rune. I'm not gonna call it AD rune. I felt bad the moment I said it.
And meanwhile, in Medusa land, Ame is top of the net worth, 4,200. A good 500 ahead of the nearest Liquid player. And you talked about this Medusa potentially being, a thorn in the Liquid side if she's able to hit her timing. Ame's kind of starting to get there, but the rest of the team just not looking good.
Yeah, instead of shutting down Medusa in lane, they are understanding that they have an easier time just winning the other lane, so they're really hammering down on punishing the Magnus off lane with this Monkey King matchup. This was a first pick Monkey King, but still, the Monkey King is just bowling his lane.
Look at Saberlight. He walks up to this Medusa, throws some spells at her.
I mean, she does not give a single shit about that, though. She has the Arcane Ring, 15 charges Magic Stick. She is so fine down here. And this is just Ame's territory. He can free farm very quickly this game. So it's up to Liquid to keep the pace up. They need to make plays around the level 6 timings that they have coming up. Both supports are very close.
Especially since it's free farming lane creeps, right? Not having to go jungle some small
Tower
kobolds
dive,
or
it's
whatever.
coming. Tiny, going behind.
Yeah, sees JT. And he's got Skewer and 12-1 charges, tossed around inside the Wukong's command and rooted up by Insania's Oracle.
So it's a tower and a kill, again shutting down this Magnus, who just is falling behind all the cores. He's looking more like a support on the net worth bar right now.
And this Tiny just enabling them to keep moving so quickly, not relying on any long cooldowns. Nisha's Tiny is everywhere, coming through to help Insania with Boxy arriving and the nice terrorize there, going to put them in harm's way as Mickey comes in with a nice Fortune's End of the stun on the Storm. They get the bonus kill that they didn't expect to come. Now GY's Ogre's done, a dominating streak for Mickey. Team Liquid 11-2, a 2k lead, just stomping down on 4 members of Gaozu while Ame is off having a holiday in his bottom lane.
Yeah, I'm just watching Liquid and the moves they're making, and I'm just sitting here nodding along and smiling like everything is on point. They're all understanding where to play and how to utilize their heroes. It's way too fast for Gaozu to keep up with right now. They are the ones who chose to go the farming route with Medusa, just sitting back and farm. But right now, they don't have heroes to play around. And this was the concern for the Storm Spirit. If side lanes are not strong enough, Storm can't activate. And that top lane is non-existent. So, yeah, you won bottom lane, but what is Storm going to do with a Medusa? So he has nobody to play with. And thus, we see Nisha working towards that Blink Dagger, getting closer on Tiny. 1,600 gold already, and that's a second tower to fall.
And already, the problem is emerging, and I think one of the key elements to Liquid's draft now is becoming apparent. This last pick, Oracle, I mentioned it's going to make the Monkey King invulnerable, but it also kind of makes Liquid invulnerable to a comeback from Gazu. Because you need this Blink RP, or you need some incredible chain stunning from Storm into a Techies, and Oracle just says no to that. So if Gaozu wants a high priority kill on a Monkey King or a Tiny, if Insania is nearby, he can just alone shut it down.
I think Insania just recognized that this was a fantastic Oracle game, not just because of those highlighted things that you just mentioned, but also your Oracle against Medusa. You can just press W on her. She has Manta Style to dispel once, yes, but usually Medusas don't go BKB. Quite often they will not have Satanic yet either. So one dispel, sure, but only 11-second cooldown on Edict. You can keep clicking that over and over on Medusa, and that's 5 seconds disarm.
That's really annoying.
Yeah, so even if you have a big Medusa, it might be hard to rely on her to carry later on when you have, Liquid really getting this advantage and Magnus being brought out of the game. Not to mention, I mean, the item progression and levels on the supports. We have a 3,100 gold Willow. She's getting close to a Yule Scepter.
Yeah, that is big. And now they've got the Brambles onto this Techies mid. Tremendous damage, and the dive is there. Boxy on a killing spree as TP rotations are coming in from Gazu. Ogre here, Storm's arrived, but Nisha's Tiny, incredibly tanky with a shield rune up. You've got like 3,000-4,000 health.
The thing is, they're not even really threatening killing someone on Liquid yet, because Insania is there, ready to save. And again, they are the ones who go find the Storm, Chainstun is there.
Oh, what is there to stop it? No. There's no Blink RP. There's no Medusa ready.
I think this was the glaring weakness for Gaozu. If their offlane got shut down this hard, which I feel was self-inflicted. They skewered back the Monkey King several times and they never killed him. They didn't have TP ready on Storm yet to punish when they skewered back, and they didn't have enough damage to bring Monkey down through Oracle saving him.
This is just Team Liquid, well oiled, moving in unison, again stabbing across towards the Wisdom Rune timing into the enemy Ancients. Just need to clear that top wave of the Monkey King to kind of hide the movement from the rest of the team. And Boxy says, nah, I'm just going to walk in, say hello. Good old howdy do, Gaozu. A toss back from Nisha, kills off JT. Nisha getting turned on though by the Storm and the Medusa who now arrives, but protection and safety from Insania's Oracle.
Oh, no,
Jinkyu blasts in, but the Monkey King, he's ready and waiting. Turns back onto Jinkyu. The damage is good enough to take him down. Follow through on the Ogre as well, while Ame tries to hold the line. They are respecting this Medusa. Team Liquid thinking about retreating, but another toss back in onto Ame. Burn half his mana down. Mickey and Boxy trying to fight through it, but it looks like Ame this time is strong enough to keep that ground held until Sableye comes in from the back. The big old dinosaur from the Cretaceous period suddenly comes out of the ground and says, hello!
Oh, another tossback.
I want to get involved with a tossback from Nisha and Onslaught again. They've killed off Ame. The Magnus in some serious trouble now as well as he's brambled up. And Team Liquid running on all cylinders here, tossing stuff forward onto JT, forced to skewer away, and he's barely alive for now, but Nisha's there with another round of spells, an avalanche into a kill. Tiny dominating, Gaozu in disarray, and Team Liquid just stellar performance here in game one.
Absolutely clowning on Gaozu. These strong players from the Chinese team not really able to have any foothold against Team Liquid and the tempo they're playing. And even the mine setup here, this is one of a few things they have to play comeback around, is the remote mines, or the semi mines. And they keep getting cleared. They just walk in and kill them. They can use the Fate's Edict to stay safe against them. And they're just incapacitated. Medusa back to farming, but she doesn't even have a farm lead anymore. That was the one thing they had going for him, is that Medusa had a great start.
Yeah.
But with the towers taken, with these one team fights, Monkey King is well ahead. And even Tiny's having Medusa at this point.
This tiny pick has worked out so well for Liquid. Insania's Oracle obviously kind of keeping these fights going too. But the ability for Nisha just to like jump in, go for round one. Like, how many jumps did Nisha have in that fight?
Yeah, I think he jumped 4 times. I think the fight was long enough that he got 4 blinks out or something like that. And always
crazy.
You know, if he didn't get a kill, it was bringing Medusa down from super high mana to being within kill range. And those jumps are also very valuable.
It's like a 2-minute fight. Yeah, Nisha gets like 4 or 5 jumps. Sableye just appears out of the back from nowhere. And still very disciplined from Liquid here. You know, maybe respecting buybacks or turnaround potential here from an RP into Skewer. Making sure that they're fine. And back into live, we've got another couple of kills for them. Sableye and Insania pick up Jinkyu and JT. They've got a Urals to save Boxy from the Storm initiation, then back in again with an Avalanche Onslaught. The Storm zips away barely, but DOI not so lucky as Ame held inside the Wukongs with the Paparazzi, but does get away with the Stone Gaze and a run away.
He is running, but is he faster than this crew? I don't think so. The mobility of Medusa is not really what she's known for. Quickly run down and disposed of. And also, she can't stand and fight anymore, as the Monkey King does have the diffusal, so dangerous now with the mana burn coming in. Effectively has way more damage against her. They're trying to make place around JT's Blink Dagger.
Yeah.
But they're bleeding kills everywhere. 2 to 23. We have the reverse 3-2-2.
We do. It really is just all on JT now. But they need Medusa to be alive, and they need JT to not just get caught by Nisha. Sees him through the trees, gets the grab on him. The 2 dire wards here from Liquid working perfectly together.
I think Liquid have just had a perfect read on how to play this game. They prioritized their efforts towards the right things, and Gaozu, they just didn't connect together. You could say it was a little bit unfortunate with the runes early on. The Tiny getting those extremely good power runes early on. Haste into BD was definitely huge for him. But they just haven't recovered ever since they lost the top lane. There was no plan B.
Any silver linings here, Varga? For Gazu?
Silver lining is that high ground, Garrett. They gotta start planting mines in base right now. Stop these mines outside base. Check it. Just spend all your time building a big minefield.
Just defend this Medusa with everything you've got. Throw the Storm's body on the line here to defend Arme. I don't know if it's working out. Techies and Ogre will bodyguard the Medusa as she retreats. But in comes the Monkey King. Wukong's command and the Brambles start hold Medusa in place under the onslaught and the trample. GG call. 19 minutes of gameplay. It didn't feel like Liquid even needed 19 minutes. This was over minute 7, minute 8.
Listen, I think they got word from production. They were like, okay, guys, we're a little bit behind schedule, Liquid, so you know what to do.
Lunch times in 20 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Liquid absolutely just looking in form here. This is the TI winning team. This is what we expect from them. The monsters, the big fucking titans of their farm acceleration, which is usually what we see. Carries these days, they have to come online early.
Well, there we go. Game 2. And Gazu all smoked up. Heading as 5 down that mid lane. Liquid. Looks like they're spreading a little bit wider there. As Boxy will meet Q immediately. Faces off against him. And Mickey with Insania. They get an early ward down. I'm not sure if it was scouted, but either way, they see Gaozu on the retreat. Firestorm thrown in onto Mickey. Boxy, Saberlight, and Nisha wanting to join in here with a shard on Arme. They've trapped the troll inside. Soul Assumption. Saberlight, can he get it? The final touch. There we go with the bonus goal. Now DY's in trouble as well. Saberlight can just keep these coming. A double kill for the Visage. The level 1 fighting from Liquid. Too powerful as he goes for a third one. A triple kill for Saberlight, but in comes the double for CQ.
Okay. Wow.
He dies at 3 for 3.
I mean, yeah, 3 for 4 even. They get 4 kills total there.
Look at his
Amazing.
gold.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. The amount of gold. But honestly, the Visage also was printing some extra gold there with all the soul assumptions. I wonder if it's showing properly on that, but damn, that is one of the bloodiest battles at level 1 in quite a while.
Goodness gracious me. And it looks like Gaozu get their hands on 3 bounty runes as well. So 4 kills, 1900 gold plus all the bounty runes.
Yeah, and they spread out their wealth a lot more. If you look at worth right now, it's actually a very valuable stat to look at. Then the Visage is the richest by far. Fight here again. Visage just sitting on that high ground afterwards and just spamming soul assumptions. I think the advantage here for Gaozu is hold on everybody. A lot of them got random kills here, and it's not just one hero who has everything.
My goodness, that Firestorm damage really adds up. Incredible. Well, Visage, yeah, going to get to lane, feel pretty good about himself. Paparazzi Huskar already very low in the mid lane, though, as it looks like Nisha's done a quick job on him.
Yeah, Nisha, as always, just playing so well mechanically on the lane, gets a really good first creep wave, and getting level 2 as soon as possible is so important for both these heroes. And Huskar getting his regen going.
Very puckish from Nisha. Dodging out the spears. And Paparazzi can start stepping forward and get to level 2, 3, 4. You get more and more annoying, more and more damage come out of your burning spears. But I don't know. The question for me is, what does Saberlight do with all that early money? Like, how oppressive of a force can that Visage be after a good start?
It can be pretty strong. Hitting those timings earlier is probably all he's gonna do. Get the drums as fast as possible. And he did immediately convert it into a Null Talisman, so that has allowed him to play a little bit more oppressively than he otherwise would. Spamming a lot of nukes. Yeah, we can see a fantastic start overall for Gazu on the lanes.
Yeah, all 3 of their cores, not just farming nicely, but getting some sweet denies in there as well.
Yeah. In particular, that mid lane, of course. We expected this to be a hard lane. The puck against Huskar it's a horrible matchup for a buck, especially now with level 2 Berserker's Blood. You can't really harass him that much, and he hits very fast.
And you just cannot like whittle him down fast enough anymore.
Yeah, tick damage is not going to work. Like slowly harassing here and there, Huskar just shrugs all that off. You have to kill him in one go, and Puck doesn't have the tools to do that.
And 9 denies. Things get rougher and rougher. So Nisha's just going to have to like outspam the wave, try and get that kind of creep wave flowing back closer to his tower as he gets completely bullied out of the lane. Does Paparazzi just have this? No, there's another orb there. Nisha with the water rune, the fairy fire, the bottle. He's got tons of regen to stay alive. But what kind of a life is worth living when you're sat at 50 HP in a lane like that? I don't know. Well, down a bottom lane, Insania trapped inside the pit of Malice and finished off by Xingqiu.
That's a good kill for him to find there. Didn't expect him to go down, but a little bit too close. Also, Malice skill up is also surprising. Sometimes, you know, usually we see that with Fiora coming out early. But yeah, recognizing they can find a kill.
Paparazzi just deny. Come on, Nisha.
It's hard to watch. This lane, it's going to be rough. Puck just wants to stay in this lane long enough to get level 6. He really wants to play for the 6-minute runes and start playing for the side lanes, because this laning stage it's very brutal.
Like other heroes would like stack the camp, try and farm that out. But even that is kind of challenging.
Yeah, Puck doesn't really clear camps until you have it live. It's too difficult to bring down big camps. And speaking of big camp, we have a stacked pool happening top as well. Nice pull for Dire, getting the creeps reset a bit.
Oh man, DY. Just gonna try and drag back some of these Radiant creeps a bit closer to themselves. Visage having a decent time still. And Boxy holding a blood grenade if they have an opportunity to go. And Mickey down at bottom. Bracer, null. Classic Magnus stuff.
Exactly, this is what we usually see. One null gives you enough mana to keep spamming in power on yourself, and you don't much more. And of course, any stats go a long way on a universal hero. The damage even makes them power get more value since you have more base damage to begin with. The pullback. Cute play. They were looking for the skewer, but instead they get caught in the pit of Malice.
That Firestorm just sat on top of Mickey. The Magnus, barely surviving.
Taking a lot of beating there, though, from the Rubik going in with those auto attacks, and he knows have to be careful about Fade Bolt. Rubik has tons of mana.
You just get a salve handed to him by Insania, one of the crappy little salves.
Yeah, the short duration. That's not going to give you too much HP, though. Insania is looking for a good creep. He has 2 points in the enchant. Finds himself a centaur, but meanwhile...
Just got to grab on Mickey. Yeah, just drag him right back in. And Insania is under vision as well, right?
Yeah, he is. This Observer Ward is very critical because the 6-mid power spike, you know, those mid, you now see that the centaur or centaur from Ench is not moving towards it. So that means they can control the bottom rune. Puck is going to find a nice rune. Gets the arc. This could be what he needs to get out of the lane in a decent way. Jumps away.
Dodges everything. Paparazzi just showing what it can be made of. Well, Saberlight up at top. There's a snowball save here from Boxy, but I think it's inevitable that Saberlight's going to die to the troll and the ogre. Also leaving Boxy a little susceptible, but 21 charges. He'll be fine.
Has to be careful, though. The Ensnare could be dangerous if he goes a little bit too close.
It looks like it, yeah. There we go. Netted up. Body blocked by DY. The shards and snowball with the thrown axes not going to save him. Gaozu 8-3, 3k lead. Much stronger performance from them here in game 2.
Oh, he's respawning a bit late. They could Wisdom Rune, but like they're playing it safe. They could have walked in both of them and just played for the Wisdom, but of course Puck would be happy to join that immediately. Anything that is not laning against the Huskar would be a good deal for Nisha.
Yeah.
Give him that easy out.
Yeah, Liquid even scanning, kind of expecting that move to come. And nobody passes over the bridge. But I mean, arguably here, 3 lanes won by Gaozu.
Yeah, definitely. They're off to a fantastic start, and even the Visage, who was #1 net worth after a fight, he is now falling behind a little bit to the Unlord, who has been completely free farming and putting quite a bit of pressure together with the Rubik.
And Insania, yet again, under vision. Liquid getting scouted every step of the way. And Ame with DY. Front in here with a TP from Jinkyu, trying to catch out to Insania. We'll see the Enchantress. Snipe, surely.
They're going in, looking for something.
And now the Underlord's coming in as Liquid turn to try and fight this. But now the Visage is all rooted up and chased down by the Troll. Ame's come in with an absolute fury. JT gets the kill on Saberlight, and now Mickey has arrived, skewering away back to safety. Box is in trouble. Nisha on the left-hand side having to stay shift and try and jaunt away back out of danger. But Boxy's dead to DY, and Saberlight's little familiars, looks like they're all getting cleared up.
Yeah, a little bit of an awkward fight there, as we don't have RP yet on the Magnus as well. He is level 6 joining that fight. Probably didn't expect to have to join up. He didn't have a point in it, was opting to level up his Empower. And now it is Gaozu who are bringing the tempo that we saw from Team Liquid in the first game. They're the ones turning up the pace and going for this tower immediately. On the Huskar, Team Liquid can really fight against him. They have to dodge and try and play towards their power.
Yeah, no, first real fight, and they bring 5 heroes. And the strength of this Underlord with that gate. This Huskar is coming in from the mid lane. Insania wanting to make that first step and get the tempo going. But the vision from Gaozu has been spot on. They've seen this Enchantress every move she's tried to make.
Yeah, they also saw the Magnus.
Yeah.
They, even though he came out from behind here, they already knew he was on the way. They saw him on the ward, and he gets dodged. Just like watching some bullfighting or something, and they just see him rise instead.
Look, they're kind of getting hemmed back on their side of the map. Saberlight and Boxy got to try and farm through these Ancients.
Yeah. Getting level 6 getting level 6 on Boxy, I think, is could get enough damage to start bringing down targets. Because Huskar, he's one of those heroes. Either you kill him or you don't. And if you don't, he doesn't care at all. Either lethal or nothing.
Coil mid. Nisha trying to start something here onto Jinkyu. Good snipe onto the Rubik, but there's 2-man Pit of Malice and the Troll's rotation, making life difficult for Liquid. They're trying to escape with a snowball save, but they've got a Troll to kill off Saberlight, and Paparazzi is running under this tier 1 tower, aiming for Boxy and Nisha. Multiple targets being focused down here as Nisha's in trouble, but the RP catches Huskar. Can they get the damage in onto him? Paparazzi stays alive, he toggles back up. Armor is there. Down goes the Magnus. A 5-man wipe. Gaozu coming in with a Paparazzi Huskar and crushing Liquid in game 2. Complete role reversal.
Talk about flipping the script from the first game. We just getting absolutely destroyed in, what was it, 19 minutes or something in the previous game? And now 10 minutes into the game, it's 16-4 against Team Liquid. Out of Gaozu showing, the previous game. Okay, it happens. Sometimes you lose laning, play Dota, but this is more what they're about. They got out of the laning stage in a fantastic shape, and now they're finding each other on the map. Look at the activations as well of the Troll coming to where his rundown was critical. If he wasn't there, they couldn't find all these kills. Of course, yeah, the RP was a nice try, but not quite enough to bring down the Huskar.
It really is just so amusing watching this all unfold, though, thinking about how game 1 went. It could be easy for a team to crumble, but Gaozu, the question was posed to them in game 1. Liquid saying, we bring 5 to every fight, what are you going to do? In game 2, I mean, they are just bringing everybody through this Underlord gate.
Yeah.
Join in every single battle, while you're kind of watching the replays back and you're seeing twice now, Mickey's Magnus not there fast enough, but it's like he doesn't want to be there, but he's being forced to be there because Gaozu keeps bringing this tempo.
Oh my god, Jinkyu is bringing stuff, by the way, in this game as well. On his Rubik, he had cornucopia already, so this is not a common build. He's going for Orchid on Rubik, recognizing that he's against the puck, and knowing that even against something like Tusk or Magnus, the silence is fantastic. He's rushing it, and he's quite farmed. 4.2.
Paparazzi. I don't know why. He's like making me really scared.
Well, if you're, you know, a veteran Huskar picker like he is platinum tier, then you should not have any worry about soloing it. You know, this is the where you see, this is where it can.
Well, look at top. Troll and Underlord just straight back onto Boxy. It looks like Liquid were poking at Ame. Ame says, nah, no poking me. I've turned around with JT and DY. Saberlight gets away from a pit of malice, and it looks like he's just fast enough to slip out of arm's reach of the ogre.
Pop the drums and run away, but his birds are not going to be as lucky, and he does not have resummon. So that's going to be him without birds for a while. That's also a big timing. 100 seconds with birds is a horrible feeling. It takes away your abilities to go for plays. And of course, Tush dying again with level 6. We're 13 minutes in. It's not common that I see Bob is level 6 at this point.
And now you're looking at Armlet, Blink, Aegis, Huskar. He's just going to be jumping on you.
Yeah, he was buying the BKB, but on getting the Aegis from Broche, he instead bought the Blink Dagger and didn't complete. And now Ame going in and stealing with the help of the Empower. The stolen Empower, we memed about it. It's here.
It's
taking
real.
camps from you.
And they've got a catch on Boxy. Silenced and killed by the Orchid Soulburn from Jinkyu's Rubik.
The scary thing about Rubik having an Orchid is the cast range on a Rubik is, you know, very, very hard to play around as a puck. The extra 120 already.
Nisha does get the Wisdom Rune here. Bit of Malice and Firestorm, very annoying though, as he continually gets trapped and rooted. And in comes the Rubik with a further silence and stun. Yeah, you got the Wisdom Rune, but your life is forfeit.
Dying does not feel good, and Jinkyu keeps snowballing his game quite literally here into higher gear. He's almost overtaking Puck in net worth. There's a quick promotion coming in for the support. Boxy leading the way, going up high ground.
Walk straight into Ame, but they've got a Mickey RP, Ogre and Troll right on top of each other, so it's kind of difficult to focus Ame's Troll, who gets skewered off to the left and then just turns and kills them. And Liquid kind of scrambling and struggling to find and latch onto anything this game. We've already gone past 420 into 422. Meme numbers abound in this series, apparently.
Are we going to have an even faster game than the previous one? Because this is really falling apart rapidly. You went Blink Dagger on Magnus, forfeiting your farm capabilities, going for maybe we can come back by getting a big RP. Used RP, lost the fight again. It just feels awful.
Like both teams trying their best to humiliate each other.
They're doing a great
kind
job.
of entertaining.
Yeah. They're working on highlight reels for each other here.
It's incredible. Like Saberlight's not really been able to get off the ground. Nisha's still kind of lurking in the shadows, trying to find something. Yeah, as Liquid, you're kind of cutting waves and gathering farm where you can, but it's still Gaozu coming in strong, looking to snipe you out. Nisha does get a kill on the Rubik. That's a nice killing spree to steal and take, but you're going to lose two heroes in the fray. And Paparazzi the one to grab a double kill.
Very costly that all this, while all this is happening, Ame on Troll is free farming rapidly as well. Going towards mid.
Mickey doesn't skewer away fast enough. Paparazzi right on his tail. Burnt to a crisp by the spears of the Huskar.
Yeah, they're just not even able to show on the map right now. We see Nisha go into creep cutting mode. He's going behind, but he runs into a watcher, so they already know where he is, and he has to be cautious. Rubik is respawning and is on the case already.
Where are you?
Yeah, the silence is coming. He does need a little bit of help to be able to get the kill, though.
Come here.
Is he a cat? The Puck.
Oh, I don't know. It's just the generic noise you make for funny little animals, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, look, it's a beaver or a tortoise. Come here. I don't know about you, but all of my Instagram and TikTok reels are full of Polish people looking at beavers and animals and swearing at them. You don't have this on your feed? Just me?
I have no clue what you're talking about, but
Really?
I'm you know, I'm not really on social media that much. All I do is peruse a little bit of Dota patches here and there. I'm an old man.
Just beavers everywhere. Bobor. Team Liquid gathering up. Well, they're trying to play as these little groups across the map. Like, they're not spread 5 wide. I'm trying to play a little pocket pair here. Protect people behind me. Keep that Magnus safe with Sableye and Boxy in front. Like, top lane's getting cut out by the Puck and the Enchantress as best you can. But you've got to be very careful to not get found or caught. As Army was trying to latch on to Nisha.
It's constantly just running away for Team Liquid. They have to just run away from every single hero. Everyone has kill potential on them at this point. Rubik is looking for whoever he can grab. Not gonna find the Enchantress. Barely doesn't see her. Nisha being sneaky, sticking around top. But this is, you know, while they're out on Liquid, they're not really getting that much gold, and Saberlight might be the target bottom.
Ooh. Oh, man. Toes curling, butt cheeks clenched.
Yeah, that was very, very close, actually. Quick TP out keeps him alive. Mid blink with the BKB Huskar.
That's
Not scared of anyone.
A blink, the silence. It didn't even need a BKB, did he?
Oh, because of the silence from the inner fire, this is different from old Huskar. He can just jump initiate. Magnus doesn't have a dispel. What's he gonna do? Can't even cast a spell before he's dead. That even makes the Huskar really able to solo kill the Puck at this stage.
Puck is still one of those heroes that is tremendously good at playing that deep map, cutting waves, being annoying, gathering farm where you can. Just extending the game is what Liquid are aiming for here, right? Get farm, try and drag this one out a little bit longer. So the 12k lead at 90 minutes, you know, it matters a lot. But if this game, you know, 20, 30, 40 minutes, a 12k lead starts to matter less and less and less.
Liquid are just hold on until then, but every second they have to fight for it because Puck, again on top lane, gets caught out. Does not have a way out of this, I believe. He has an orb soon.
I mean, with the spears on you.
Yeah, too much burn. Also getting picked off. This is so hard. It belongs fully to Gazu right now. They're doing it, bringing in the dynasty.
The golden age of Chinese Dota happening right now. Emperor Gaozu is here. They retreated to Red Cliff after game 1. Bunkered down, built their defenses. Fighting back against Team Liquid. It really has been a very strong showing here, as it looks like Gazu also going to go steal Tormentor away from Liquid. Close the net in around the little fishies. Liquid, very defensive wards. You know, they have to play this bottom lane, try and hold what little pockets of farm they can. Like, maybe think about contesting next Roshan or something. But even that just feels like a long way away.
Yeah, definitely.
That's Paparazzi Huskar. Has been an absolute thorn in the side. And like the Troll Warlord, who has been a hero I've not seen often picked, was very popular like not that long ago as just a lane-winning hero, right?
Yeah, that's the thing that he brought to the table this game. He was a hero that they could just say, okay, he's gonna be he can, you know, sure, he can farm. It's more so that laning stage, he deals with Visage pretty well, and he can actually run people down. And he played toward and joined so many of these fights. He's been in 19 kills out of the 28 kills as a carry troll, which is pretty remarkable. He's been in more kills than Shinkyu on his roof.
What? God. That's pretty insane, actually. You pointed that out.
Yeah, it's a wild stat, right? But that, you know, all that jogging he's doing, he's just getting out there. He got the SNY, the extra movement speed, even has the basher now. This troll, he's just miles ahead of everyone else in farm. It is disturbing. Think about who's gonna stand next to him in a fight. Like, Magnus will just disappear, and the other cores, like Puck, disappears on his own. Need to get killed.
Yeah, then the other amazing factor here, of course, still is Jinkyu Rubik with Blink Orchid. 30 seconds
Just 400
until Roshan comes.
BKB. Get it and
Liquid. They're going to get a snipe onto Jinkyu. Nice play from Boxy and Saberlight, but you're right, Mickey dying to DY. Army further down south.
That's a big kill. They got almost 900 gold for killing a support. So that's a good payday. In fact, they did get more souls. Something gold is definitely not added into it. Oh boy, the burns. He TP's base. He's gonna be completely fine though. Got the layers.
Yeah, still pretty tanky. But yeah, that potential contest of Roshan is not happening, is it?
Yeah, so there you're completely shoved out of the map. So they did what they needed, and taking almost a quick and easy roach, even bringing the troll over as well. I think they might want to put the Aegis on him, perhaps, but we'll see. Aegis on Huskar always feels amazing as well. Feels like he can't die. Give it to Huskar instead.
Well, at least for Liquid, Gaozu kind of take the pressure off a little bit. Insania very deep behind enemy lines in that top jungle, and trying to get what he can, does get kicked out. But it's this next... You go get Roshan, you kind of relinquish control of the map for a little bit, right? Liquid get to push out 2 lanes. You have one shoving in bottom. But this is where Gaozu gather up everything else and try and boot Liquid back towards their base.
Yeah, they're just not allowing them to come out. Liquid are doing a good job though with these moves. Getting out on the field, whatever they can get, but this one is not going to work out, I think.
So they get a kill for Nisha down bottom, but then they immediately lose Saberlight and his familiar's top.
Yeah, not only that, but the Tusk, he tries to stay alive, but he's been caught as well. Out from the Rubik and the Underlord. It's not the fastest kill combo. They have so much lockdown between the two of them. He's with his Blink Dagger, cannot really get out of it. Shield rune. This is go time, I think. I believe this Huskar rune might allow them to just go on the high ground. Age almost full eye on the Huskar as well.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And Paparazzi just running it down mid. He's pinging high ground. Team, where are you? You gotta keep in your mind though. Skewer backs, snowball saves. There's ways here for Liquid to outplay you on the high ground.
Yeah, they're looking for what they can do, but then Magnus.
Okay, out on the other side of the map. And it looks like Liquid just going to give up this tier 3, maybe even the lane. They're showing Insania and Saberlight in the mid. Nisha and Mickey, it seems like they're just cutting waves, trying to hold them back wherever they can. Liquid not feeling strong enough to meet them head on in a fight into Aegis, BKB, etc. A lot of firepower here for Gaozu to throw into the mix.
See some push coming down to bottom. How can we take the fight? TPing back now on the Magnus.
Paparazzi being pinged. Trying to pop the Aegis here as quickly as they can, and that's job well done. Nisha also finds a bit of poking onto the Armade Troll. Lost Boxy though.
This is a weird spot actually. Doesn't have BKB.
You're right, but he's got Greaves and Battle Trance to turn around and fight, netting up and nearly killing Nisha. Phase Shift is there though to keep the puck alive for now at least as they turn onto Armade. The snowball across in towards Jinkyu as well. But the Troll Warlord able to withstand the onslaught, turn around, kill off Boxy, the dieback of the Tusk. And now Liquid, maybe they can get on top of JT, but they've got to go back into Fountain and heal up. Nisha and Saberlight, the 2 real damage dealers, now very reliant on a Magnus RP to come out of somewhere, but Jinkyu and Paparazzi, well, what's an RP skewer? Onto the Troll back towards Fountain, but Arme just turns and fights this one. He's got plenty in his back pocket here. Still going to die, though, as the buybacks flurry through from Team Liquid to hold onto their high ground and battle back into Gaozu.
Oh, Huskar's in.
Now with the turn from Paparazzi, the Huskar's coming to play. A triple kill for him onto Nisha as well, as that puck will die. Buyback out of Nisha, but it's Paparazzi with an ultra kill. Clearing through pretty much everyone, and a lot of expenditure required from Liquid just to stay alive.
He wants to go again. We can see it. He's looking for the
Round
angle.
5. Well, Paparazzi's hungry. And Nisha, he's just blinked in. He's blinked in aggressively. He's silenced. He is Yules. Can they disable him one further time? He's got another orb and a waiting rift. He's rooted up inside the pit of malice. The snowball doesn't buy him time here, but Nisha to just about get away. Oh, but it's Magnus Mickey. He's dead, and so's Boxy with a stolen skewer. They've grabbed Nisha back into the pit. Jinkyu gets tipped by Mickey, and well deserved. Gaozu dives back into his raging face, looking for Insania to finish off the Enchantress, and with 4 dead, Liquid out of options.
I believe that's gonna be it pretty much. We see Jinkyu playing Nisha here, but back coming in, they're gonna kill the Rubik at least.
And Paparazzi really feeling himself. Nisha dips back to Fountain for another brief moment of respite here. Insania, I feel like, is the last buyback they've got. Down at bottom, they're onto JT with the impetus damage, but Arme has arrived on the scene of the crime, back into action. JT is still alive, by the way, somehow, as Paparazzi's BKB keeps him out of range of any further Liquid aggression.
Looks like they've finally got the back out on Gaozu. Not gonna keep going with the non-stop aggression. Just back up, get some timings. They are extremely close to have panic. Of course, he did pick up that Shadow Blade as well. Liquids, you know, I guess there's about 28 lead for Gazu. It's all but over here. They need a miracle. They need the fountain. The skewer was to win, but it wasn't into the fountain. You could see the move and the attempt, but it was.
Yeah, I mean, you use 5 buybacks, right, as Liquid, and you still don't, you know, resoundingly win anything. No area of the map, no big team fight. A couple of kills are nice, but you can just imagine here with a couple of lanes of barracks down, Gaozu come back in to clear everything up. Get the Tormentor first, and then we can just look at this top lane where, you know, Gaozu can play from the Radiant Ancients, play through mid and into top.
They have all the tools at their disposal. They have so many items coming in. The double Satanic is going to be ready for the next push. So Liquid, you have a few, you know, or a few seconds here, perhaps even before and I don't know what items they can complete. It's coming for the puck. So yeah, he has the entire Parasma. That's a bit of damage output. Maybe they can get some key kills with that.
Maybe.
You got to look for, you know, whatever way you can bring down the Troll or the Huskar.
Yeah, I mean, that Troll was pretty out of position on that high ground push. And they found a way to kind of, you know, nibble away at Arme. But Nisha down the bottom is having some struggles here. Trying to blink over and past Jinkyu, who just gets straight up RP'd by Mickey. Arme and DY turning towards Insania, but Liquid, a quick little in and out jobby. Kill the Rubik, lose your Enchantress. Boxy.
Ench doesn't have buyback too. It's a long death timer for him. Ench is out of business. And again, this is pretty much the shoving move. The question is if Gaozu are gonna go for the Roche afterwards. It could respawn in 30 seconds. They're just gonna go. They feel strong enough. They have all the tools at their disposal.
Boxy, knowing how desperate the situation is, doesn't go back to base to regen. He goes, grabs an illusion rune, he's dragging waves, trying to push out mid. But Arme and DY there straight onto this tier 3 top. And no amount of cutting and split pushing is going to stop this. A skewer back into tier 3s might hold JT back for long enough. But Paparazzi steps up to defend his buddy. Protecting against Saberlight and Nisha, who both jump in. JT with another pop of heal out of the Greaves. 5 already spent. So Underlord stays alive while the Huskar bullies them back. Paparazzi does have to BKB there, but it means he dodges the skewer, and Mickey trying to run back to Fountain as they lose the Mega Creeps. Boxy being just destroyed by this Paparazzi Huskar. And Liquid, 2 heroes down, trying to hold on for dear hope here against the 5 of Gaozu. Another Pit of Malice, very irritating for Nisha and Saberlight to try and walk through or past. Not much they can do except walk back and watch their tier 3s die.
They just don't have it. Now with no BKB, his 20 seconds cooldown RP, he gets caught even.
Yeah, they've got Saberlight. The lift up, the Pit of Malice, everything is working against Liquid here in game 2 as Gaozu come out with a Paparazzi Huskar to tie up the series 1-1.
just absolutely dominant in game number 2. It did not beat the first game in terms of speed, though. At least Liquid, they were the ones who speed ran it between the two.
Yeah, they've got Saberlight, the lift up, the Pit of Malice, everything is working against Liquid here in game 2 as Gaozu come out with a Paparazzi Huskar to tie up the series 1-1.
Just absolutely dominant in game number 2. It did not beat, but the dominant takeover